Good afternoon, my name is Jeremy Fetzer, and I'm here to address the board in regards to the incident that happened at Dr. Phelps Elementary School involving my 11-year-old daughter. Here's an overview of the incident. On March 19th, we were informed by a teacher on her personal cell phone about an ongoing sexual harassment, assault, and incident where my 11-year-old daughter was threatened with rape by 3 boys at her school. What is even more concerning was the fact that the teacher brought this issue to the school's principal, who failed to act. Not only did he fail to act, but by both the Florida statute known as the Jeffrey Johnson Stand Up for All Students Act, but the district's own anti-bullying, anti-harassment policy, the principal failed to immediately notify all parents whose children were involved in this incident, and also contact DCF and law enforcement because of the serious nature of this incident. During my years of working in and around the government for the past 13 years, the one thing I know is about protocol. But what I know about Dr. Phillips Elementary School's principal is he does not follow protocol. You see, at last Monday's town hall meeting hosted by one of your board members, the facility was packed with parents with incidents, not as serious as my family's incident, but just as important about dealing with the principal at Dr. Phillips Elementary School. Multiple incidents of issue being brought to his attention and his non-response to address them were starting to show a bigger pattern. The biggest concern is with the EDD program at the school. Just this year, there has been incidents of violent outbursts where law enforcement has responded and the school and district has failed to react. This situation, called the powder keg situation, to occur, which has led to my family's current situation. Additionally, the principal's involvement in the texting incident, where he admitted to referring to female staff in derogatory terms, is not just a one-off situation. With his failure to act, referring to my daughter's perpetrator's incident as bullying boys, shows the culture he has created at Dr. Phillips Elementary School. A culture where female staffs are not respected and the safety of female students are not a priority. In closing to this board and the administrators of the district, I'm seriously worried about the unwillingness to address the situation head on in regards to this issue. It has taken my action to continuously force your organization to act on this situation. By the mere fact that the principal is still an active employee and was not suspended pending investigation, and that boys involved in this incident have already returned to school, has said enough to me and my family. I hope my appearance here today will once again force your organization to finally act and address the situation correctly. The principal has failed to not only do his federal and state legally binding duties and mandatory reporting, but he has failed in his leadership duties to provide a safe learning environment for our children. I, along with numerous parents whose children attend Dr. Phillips Elementary School, have lost faith in his ability to be a leader of this school. No 11-year-old daughter should have to go through what my daughter's going through in our family's going. The fact that, comments were made about home values being more important than my daughter's safety and well-being says a lot when it came from certain members of this board. I appreciate you guys hearing my concern, and I hope you address the situation in an expedient manner.
Thank you, Mr. Fetzer. Dr. Jenkins, anything to add? Is that investigation, well, I understand from the briefing, Ms. List brought up a whole range of issues. Mr. Fetzer, I think, was bringing up a specific issue with regard to his daughter. Is that investigation still ongoing?
I thought I heard him mention more.
It is.
Nothing, but it is all a continual investigation because more information keeps coming out and people present more information, we look into it, we want to be thorough.
Okay. And my next question is always asking, because I think parents have a right to know what's the timeline on that investigation with regard to his daughter. The same one the next couple weeks is what I heard we should have some. All right. And at that time, will we sit down with Mr. Fetzer and brief him on the results of the investigation?
Absolutely.
Can I ask that be done? Okay.
Now, I need to make clear that the legal guardian has to be.
We've added ourselves, myself.
Previously, he was not noticed.
Okay, so you're the stepfather, okay.
Yeah, and we have it.
Stuff. Okay. All right. Anything to add in the district?
No, Mr. Fetzer was at that same meeting, so that he was referring to. So, my heart goes out to him and his family in this issue. Obviously, it's been very trying, and that was very apparent last week, and the rigor that they feel and
daughter, the situation that happened there, which is in my district, and, the parents. And that has been turned over to Dr. Porter, Dr. Jenkins, and Mr. Rodriguez.
And Mr. Fetzer, again, I'm sorry that you're going through this. I'm a parent myself of two young girls, and as are most of the board members up here. So,
I mean, in closing, you know, we've been told about her security statement, and we've not received a physical copy of that as of yet. Those details have been kind of wish-washed. We didn't find out the details of the police told to us on Monday, even though that previous week they went to the school administration. They just said there was even more visibility, no contact. She was actually able to provide us some detail, but we haven't gotten that physical plan from the district. So that concerns us as well. And neither, you know, I once again had contact with the school district and Dr. Borders. His office never contacted me. The only person who's contacted me in regards to the student was Deborah Gold, not Dr. Borders.
May I address
yes,
that
Mrs.
portion?
Gordon.
Dr. Porter, and I'm just saying that in all defense, because with the parents speaking with me and my transferring immediately to the superintendent, he was not aware that the superintendent handed it off to him. So he was not aware of the details of everything. And I also spoke with Dr. Cupid McCoy last night, which is his area person that works with him.
Well, I can address that. I did send an initial email to the superintendent Thursday, March 19th, before the police request. Your district didn't get back with me, even though I followed up Monday morning, until FTV 9 contacted your public relations office. That's when we responded.
Okay, so, I
And
mean,
then
you're
Dr.
talking
Cupid
about
McCoy.
I'm just saying about Dr. Borders' office, because when
Well,
I
Dr.
contacted the superintendent, he wasn't aware of it.
Dr. Cupid McCoy called me in for a meeting, but that was, you know, initially was to, you know, under the guise of to address the issue, but it ended up being to kind of see what I was gonna talk to you about, which was kind of disconcerting, trying to get a premeditated, you know, heads up on what I was gonna speak about. So that was concerning.
Thank you.
So let me ask one other question before Mr. Fetzer steps down. Can we get him, his daughters, what is it called? Dr. Jenkins, what did you call him, Mr.?
The safety plan.
I'm not familiar with that term, although I know we do put a plan in place when children, no contact.
We will.
Can we get that to him within the next 24 hours, Dr. Jenkins?
Absolutely. Let me make one additional comment. When I say that it is an investigation in progress, we're trying to report due process, and there's some privacy issues around PSC students as well that we can't discuss legally. We will certainly share, we will be diligent in our research and our investigation, and certainly share the documents that can be shared.
Okay.
We thank you for coming and bringing this to us.